You'll get the obvious Zelda or Mario or, like, Xenoblade, whatever references, but it would still be Fire Emblem.
Well, since you're a purist, I'm curious to ask you how you feel about Fire Emblem, Cypher characters.
Cypher characters, did you say?
Yeah.
Oh, the new OCs that were announced?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually wanting to talk about that. That's actually, like, really cool. I quite like the newer Cypher OCs that they've been doing lately. And it's really cool. I like the guy with the armour.
I don't. It looks so bland. It looks bland.
He's giving me Alphonse Elric vibes, though, and I absolutely love him, so...
I thought you said you weren't a weeb. You lied.
It's a good anime. That is the one anime I will argue is very good. No, it is a non-weeby anime. At least Brotherhood is.
We're getting off topic. So you would be down for more Cypher characters? Or just that one?
I think all of the Cypher OCs could appear. It would be quite nice, and yeah, they're all their own characters, sort of. Yeah, I see no reason why they wouldn't join in with the rest of the Fire Emblem characters. Could also have Warriors characters when that comes out, the twins that are announced.
We're getting them. I know we are. I'm 100% certain we're going to get a banner with those two on it.
You know what actually confuses me about that is the fact that there's only really those two characters. Like, they're not going to do a banner with just two characters.
No. There's another Anna.
Oh no! Don't.
And there's villains. They can do villains.
I want this game to be Anna Emblem.
Everybody, the podcast is over. We cannot allow Czech to hear this. We'll see you next time.
Oh, that's one thing I asked Anders and Czech on the first episode. I'll ask you two now. If Intelligent Systems came to you and said, "Hey, thanks for all your hard work, moderators. We're going to let you pick a character each to add to the podcast. To add to Fire Emblem Heroes. Who would you select? You get to pick one character to be added. Any Fire Emblem game.
Oh, no. I like far too many of them. I will say Lucia, just because I'm commonly, like, related to her. I'm, like, associated with Lucia on the main Fire Emblem sub, so... she's kind of special to me, so I'd say Lucia from Tellius games.
What about you, V?
I feel like all my favorite characters have been added already, because I've mainly played the original, Fire Emblem, the Blazing Blade, and there are like 20 characters in that game already.
Is it really that high?
Let me see. I think it's
because you get the big number.
Yeah, it's actually at like at least 17.
I nearly spat out my drink when you said original because I thought you were going to say you've played Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light. And I was like, oh god, what? Someone's played that game?
I meant the original US release.
And one more thing I had, just a kooky thing, I might not even keep this one in the podcast. I had this idea about, you see how we're getting stuff like Fortify, Hone Dragons, and Cavalry. I was thinking we could take it a step further and we can get like Hone and Fortify and Go Tacticians. And then we could play Tactician Emblem. Because, like, if you look at it, we got, like, 8 options for tactics if you count Corrin. Because we got, like, Katarina and Soren and Innis now. And both Robins and Roy. Like, we could make a Tactician meme team here. How would you feel about getting an arc-specific boost like that? So we can play meme teams.
I really like the idea, just because I like... well, specifically for tacticians, I really like kind of appreciating who actually makes those tactical decisions in story, and it'd be kind of nice for them to get their own little shout out. And I personally really love the archetypes throughout Fire Emblem, so having one for like the Cavalier duos as well, or like the early game Archer, the early game Armor Knight, stuff like that kind of continues throughout the whole of the series. I like little nods like that connect each of the games together, so having kind of specific skills for those archetypes sounds really cool to me.
You made a point there I hadn't thought about the early game red and green Cavaliers. How is there not a skill for that, like a B skill, where they get inflated stats if the buddy's on the field?
Yeah, that's actually, even in the Cypher cards they get skills like that. Like, Cain and Abel have skills that they like give each other plus attack or something if they're on the same board in Cypher. It's actually kind of weird now that you've pointed it out.
It wouldn't even be the first time I've heard of that in a game like this, because Final Fantasy Record Keeper, there's a character who has a similar mechanic where his limit, what's it called? What is it called in that game? The one that can break the damage cap. There's a guy named Lon from World of Final Fantasy and his twin sister Ryan. If she's there, when he does that, if she's like on the battlefield when he does it, it gets a certain multiplier, so it deals more damage. And Zidane has a similar mechanic with his, where he gets a multiplier on it for every girl that's on his team. So it wouldn't be illegal, right? Because I've definitely seen that mechanic in mobile games before.
Yeah, especially for all the womanizer characters that they have. And, like, Charlotte could have the opposite one. Like, it makes sense to have stuff like that.
A while back, someone made a post about characters, like a D skill that everyone got that was like something small, but was unique to them. Like, some people could walk through trees with no problem, or someone could get, or not, it wasn't that. It was, they get what would be called healing blow 2 on trees. So if they attack while they're on a tree tile, they get 4 HP after damage is calculated. Just small stuff like that.
I absolutely love that idea. Can I replace whatever I said that I wanted more of? Can we have that bit in the game?
I'm gonna copy that idea too.
Well, you heard it, IS. We want character-specific skills that can't be traded, maybe even not taken off. That could be the counter for, like, Reinhardt. Give him, like, a bad skill that he can't take off. Something like, his Brave Tome doesn't work if he's below, I don't know, 80 HP. 70, to make it the opposite of Quick Riposte. Well, no, because everyone OHKOs Reinhardt anyway. Never mind, I take it back. Maybe that won't work.
Yeah, I feel like it would they'd have to figure out how to not break the game with those skills, but they could make it work if they wanted to.
Like, I think the game already has enough buffs that buff an entire team, that if they sort of widened the range of buffs that gave a buff to your entire team, it would end up relatively less broken. Assuming you couldn't, like, stack, you know, like if you could get another type of buff on an armor team,
I understand.
Assuming you couldn't stack that with, like, hone armor or what have you. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you could do, like, if you had, like, a seal for, like, this seal buffs anybody from the Tellius games.
Oh.
So you could make a team of Tellius, like, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. I think that would be cool.
Because, you know, actually, Final Fantasy Record Keeper, I keep saying it, they have a similar mechanic where if you have a character from the game that the level takes place in, they get inflated stats.
That's a really nice idea.
It'd be like if you went in the training tower and you got into, like, an awakening map and she got that +4. Then she got what we get in Tempest Trials, which is +4 to every stat and plus 10 HP. Except for that could get real stupid real fast. But then they could go back and add infernal versions of the story missions, which I think they'll do at some point anyway.
I don't think they want to give us all those free orbs.
Yeah, I think that might be
No, I don't think they'll do all of them at once. I think they'll do it like 2 at a time, or maybe even 1 at a time, like how they're doing Squad Assault.
That's fair.
Well, that about wraps us up, everyone. Thanks to anyone who's made it this far. Here's talk about whatever it is we choose to talk about. For however long I choose to edit this down to, I would like to say a special thank you to the people who's joined me today with V2 Blast.
Hey.
Okkefac.
Hey.
What a bad name. And Andis.
You're welcome, everybody. Bye-bye.
Join us next time on Beyblade. Look, I gotta come up with these things on the fly. Okay, I'm still using it.